Hey guys, Carter here with Patriot Training Center. Today I'm going to talk to you about the differences between semi-auto and pump shotguns. So let's get started. So the two different shotguns that are the most popular are your pump action and your semi-auto. They both have a couple of key differences. I'll go over them with you now. Okay, I'm going to start off with the pump. So the pump action means you have to cycle the action every time you shoot the round out of the chamber. So the way that would look is you have to pull the trigger and cycle the action to load another shell into there. So you would pull the trigger, you'd go boom, cycle it, and now you're back on target, right? So that is the difference there. These are what you're gonna find in most households these days. Very popular, very proven, and you can actually run one of these really effectively if you're trained with it the right way. These are awesome. You've probably seen them before, and this is just an iconic gun. This is specifically a Remington 870, and I'll go over a way to reload and actually run one of these in the standard operation here in a second. So moving on to the semi-auto, these are awesome because you load it, and every time you pull the trigger when you're on target, it loads around into you shoot it, it loads around into the chamber, and then you can shoot it again. You don't have to cycle anything. It actually self-cycles. Now, some people get this mixed up. It's a semi-auto, so it's not full auto, so you don't just hold down the trigger and it shoots like crazy. You have to pull the trigger each time for the gun to go off. But these things are super nice because you don't have to think about cycling the action and things like that. You can do a lot of good work with these very quickly. So the way that you load a pump action is you have an action release right here. So if the gun is locked up, you have this action release, and you press that button and pump it back. Now you have an open chamber. So what I can do here, I make sure the safety is on. I drop a shell, so this is buckshot. I drop it into the chamber like this and rack it in like that. And I'm forceful with it. I make sure that I actually ram it in nice and hard, and get that thing in the chamber. Now what I can do, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. You can do a violin style reload where you're up here. You can do one underneath your arm with your support hand reload. You can also you can do it from the ready and just pop over like this. So that's the way you do that. The thing you want to make sure of when you're coming from underneath is that you're pushing all the way through so the shells don't pop out. You want to make sure that you're going in, pushing this lifter up, and pushing the shell into this magazine tube. That's the way that you would load a pump action gun. And then I'll shoot a couple rounds just to show you how the gun actually cycles. So I would be down at the ready. The gun is chambered. I'm going to turn off the safety like this and put it on target. I have to cycle it. Now I'm good to go again, and as you can see, it's unloaded. So you can definitely run these, and you can actually run them pretty fast, but you do have to cycle that action, and that can get kind of tiring. So I'm going to show you what a semi-auto looks like. The next option is your semi-auto. So these have a little bit different way you run these, and they can be a little bit hard to learn if you're used to a pump, but it's actually really simple. A little bit of dry practice and manipulation skills will help you, but the semi-auto is overall, I think, better these days. Used to, a lot of people would say they're just not reliable like pumps, but I see pumps lock up all the time. Some of these newer semi-autos are really, really solid. This one specifically is a Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol. We've gotten about 250, 260 rounds through it so far. It's been really good. All the reviews online have been really good. So I think this is pretty solid so far. But the way that you would work with these is you're not able to lock it back if you just pull the bolt back. So what you have to do is you have a little button right here that you press, and now you can lock it back. Now you have the action open. It would be the same as you locking it back with a pump gun. So the way that you would load this, safety is on. I would take one of my shells out. You can either come over the top like this and drop it in, or you can come underneath and put it in like that. And now you have a bolt release right here. So you come like that, and now it's loaded. Now what I would do is load my magazine tube. Now I'll show you how this shoots. So I'm going to be able to just pull the trigger and shoot. As you can see here, I can shoot quite a bit faster with the semi-auto, and it does all the work for me. I don't have to cycle the action. That is one thing that I love about these semi-autos, is they don't wear you out as fast. The other thing is they don't typically recoil as hard. This is a gas operated gun, so it actually uses the gas from the actual pressure in the barrel to cycle the action and put the new rounds in. So it actually reduces the recoil a lot. It has a recoil spring in here. It's really, really soft shooting. You can shoot a lot of rounds through it before it tiring you out. Sometimes the pump guns, when you take them to classes, they'll be really, really hard to shoot and they'll beat the crap out of your shoulders. So this is really nice. They do come at a higher price point to get a reliable semi-auto, but I do think it's worth the money if you're investing in a tool that's going to save your life, that you're also going to train with, because it's so much nicer to shoot and you can run them faster. So those are the differences between semi-auto and pump action guns. There's a lot more when you start talking about the actual mechanism, but for this video, I just wanted to cover what are the differences, what are maybe some things to look for in a semi-auto as far as versus a pump gun, to see which one you might like. Let me know in the comments what you guys run. And if you want to come learn how to train stuff like shotguns and pistols and rifles, come out to Patriot Training Center. I'll catch you guys in the next one.